Hello and welcome, this is Mousegunner, and we're back with some more of the Flashpoint DLC for BattleTech, picking up right where we left off in the last video in the middle of a battle. Before we get started, there is something I'd like to talk about, and that's going to be the length of the videos that I'll be producing for this week. This is kind of an experiment, but I like to have a consistent upload schedule. I upload BattleTech videos every day except for Sunday. Sunday is usually my off day unless something special is going on. And at the 40-minute length that the previous videos have been, it's starting to get difficult to keep up with that. Usually I like to have a backlog. I don't even have that. I'm barely ahead of the schedule that I have in front of me. And there's going to come a point where I'm going to start missing days if I keep it up at the 40 minutes. So I'm going to try an experiment where we scale it back to 30 minutes. Typically, I do 20-minute videos, usually with my other series, but I thought it was important to have longer videos for this game in particular because the battles tend to be longer. But as a compromise point between that 20-minute length and the 40-minute length I have been doing, I'm going to scale it down to 30 minutes. So it's just going to be for this week. We'll see how it goes, and we'll go from there. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is a new recording session for me, so I'm kind of getting back into this. From what I remember, we had a lot of enemies coming at us, and we have to deal with them. We have 4 more turns to deal with them, so hopefully that's something we can pull off. Looks like we're at the start of a new turn. Commando, yeah, it's pretty beat up. And then we have some other light mechs. We have a spider that's also beat up. The vehicles are actually probably the more dangerous, especially the striker, so that is the mech that I should probably deal with. Okay, well, Scarecrow is kind of out in the open, and I think was making his way over to deal with things. At the moment, it looks like everybody's kind of in a good position, though, so I think we're just going to reserve, because I don't think I'm going to be stopping any of the damage that may be incoming here. So let's just reserve and see what happens. The vehicles are going to be the ones that are going to be going. Oh, we have a melee attack coming in. The Commando is punching a Vindicator. I don't think that's going to go particularly well for him.
Systems holding.
Especially as we have a lot of close-range weapons that we can just really open up on that guy. Now, whether or not I'm going to be able to save all the buildings, I don't know. It's going to be tough because of just how much firepower they're slinging at the buildings. Now, fortunately, they're dividing up that damage. Either they would have already had a building if they had focused it. Because this one here is pretty damaged. Yeah, but they keep going after this one, which has more health points, so we should be able to hold out. Okay, so let's think of this in priorities. The Galleon has mostly close-range weapons, and it's going to get within that range this turn. We also have the Scorpion, which has an AC 5. In theory, this guy's going to do more. Well, it's actually about the same damage. No, it's 65 damage versus 45. So this would do more damage if it gets close enough. So I should probably kill the Galleon if I can. I don't think it has very good armor. If I can focus on, like, the side, that'd be nice. Question is, who would deliver that death blow?
Let's do this.
Not likely going to be my Jenner. We can get a side shot on the Scorpion. I've already discussed that that's probably not the bigger threat right now. So
What do you need?
the Panther can do that attack, but again, we want a side shot. It's probably going to come down to my pilot, but jumping another turn and putting out a salvo fire. Yeah, I can't get a side shot no matter what I do on that Galleon. We may just be able to do enough raw damage to kill it. And then hopefully we can deal with the heat buildup. These should be good shots and a lot of raw damage. So yeah, let's go for it. We're out in the open, but we have a good amount of evasion. Although how much the evasion really counts. So 41 armor. Hopefully we don't spread the damage too much. Yeah, we are heating up, but nothing going to be overheating here. That looked like a whole lot of... Ah, there we go. A lot of it looked like it hit the turret there. Some nice focus damage. I didn't look at what the turret armor looked like. Okay, the spider's going to back up. Not going to be really a major threat, so we should be able to deal with the Scorpion before it even goes. Then we'll try and kill the striker before it gets a chance to do anything. I think the Jenner is going to be the one we move because it can get a nice side shot. Side armor tends to be a better target than frontal armor for obvious reasons. So we're going to move in, take that attack. I don't know how good a Scorpion's armor is off the top of my head, but I don't think it's that great. It's a lighter vehicle after all. There's only so much armor they're going to be able to fit. Yeah, so 41 armor on the side versus 60 in the front. The turret's just as well armored, though, as the front is. So if we get lucky and we get our shots focused, we should be able to get a kill here. If not, then, oh well. You know what? Let's get a precision strike on it. That way we have more time to react to it. And we can go for the side in particular.
Firing a full salvo.
A lot of missing there. I think we would have gotten a kill if another laser had hit there, because we did get internal structure damage. Yeah, we had 2 more hit points. So at this point, any fire that I shoot off here is going to be wasted damage, in my opinion.
Yep.
What we could do is we could do a multi-target. If we don't hit that side, though, it's going to be a problem. But what I could do is I could fire the LRM-20. I'm starting to worry, though, we're not going to get a kill on this striker. How bad off is it? Well, in theory, if our 3 medium lasers land, they should get a kill. All we need is 1 on the right side, and we've gotten a kill. So I'm going to risk it. So we'll go A, B, and B will be the LRM-20. Hopefully we get a shot here on the side.
Here we go.
Oh, come on. Of course. Spreading that damage out. Yeah. Just needed that one missile to hit. And boom, it's dead. Such overkill.
And stay down.
And now I'm going to have to overkill again, because this guy is probably, yeah, 2 hit points. Ugh, so frustrating. But we can't let it fire, because a striker has pretty good firepower. We really don't want it to be able to use that. What I could do
Awaiting orders.
is I could do a multi-target here. We hit the commando the hardest. But we do have to move. So maybe a move like this, and we just make sure that we can hit both the commando and the striker. And then that should be enough firepower. What I'm going to sling that way, I don't know. Maybe the large laser to just guarantee, even if I don't hit where I'm trying to hit, we have a better chance of getting a kill. No guarantees, though. If it lands in another weird spot, we're still going to be just as screwed. But I think this is the best move for us. We are running really hot, though. I don't know how well we'll be able to pull this off, but let's give it a try nonetheless. We're going to use multi-target yet again. This is why I value this. You know what? Maybe the SRM-4 would be a good one. So you're A, you're B. Okay. So the SRM-4 is the only thing that needs to hit A, in my opinion. And then we'll just kind of evaluate here. Maybe turning off the large laser will be enough. Yeah. So 2 medium lasers, 2 small lasers, and an SRM-4 being fired off here. The SRM-4 has a 90% chance to hit. And because there's more projectiles, higher chance we'll hit that spot that will get the kill.
Roger that.
There we go. Got one miss there, but that should still be good damage. And there's one striker still alive. Not a whole lot I can do about that. It's far away. If it keeps that distance, though, it can actually do less damage. Because it only has an LRM-10 versus an LRM-10 and an SRM-6, which is actually really good damage. Alright, so we get the reaction before the enemy gets to go, because they were the last ones to go. That's one thing you always have to keep in mind about this game, is there's that wraparound with the turns.
Yeah.
What I could do is we could try and smack the commando before it gets a chance to go. Now, we are running really hot, so I don't know how much we're going to pull off. I definitely want to hit the Locust here with an LRM-20 if I can pull it off. Then again, Maybe we ignore the commando, because what is the commando going to do at this stage? It's got an SRM, what is it, 2 or 4? We can take a look at that here in a second. Got an SRM-2 and a medium laser. That's not very much firepower, whereas this guy has 2 SRM-2s and a medium laser, so that's definitely more firepower. And he only has 2 evasion, whereas this guy has the same amount of evasion and cover. Yeah, it's a tough call, but I think it's the right call. So we might be able to fire a little bit of our medium lasers, but the main focus here is going to be that LRM-20.
Got it.
Okay, multi-target. The other thought, as we go with the precision strike and not the multi-target, and we hit the locust, we're hitting the side, so it's very likely we'll clip an arm off and reduce that firepower. It will also give us an opportunity to cool off, which we probably need. You know what? Precision strike. This will also slow the locust. Yeah, we need to turn off all our lasers. This will also slow the locust down because it'll put them in a different initiative. Let's go for the left torso. We could take the arm if we take that. Unfortunately, we didn't get that, but that's okay. We still knocked him down in initiative, so we can react here. Commander's going to try and get behind me. No surprise, because it was close enough that I could do that. Oh, didn't quite get there, though. But see, this is one of the things that the AI oftentimes makes a mistake with. I can now hit him in the rear. And he didn't move that far. This is one of the things you really don't want to do with a light mech. I'm going to really press like strategy home in my videos so that you guys can learn to be better pilots. But this is one of the things that you really have to be mindful of. I think we're just going to go in for a melee strike nonetheless, though, because we are running hot. Is your positioning. And also using your mechs properly. The AI does this continuously wrong. And as a result, we're going to come in here, and as long as we hit with this, this should be pretty good damage. Yeah, Jenner striking, really not the best move necessarily, but you're jumping for a side shot on me. Okay. The main element here, though, is this commando is now a sitting duck. I can just smash it, more or less. Okay. So now we have to use initiative as our friend. We know we're running hot, but now is a great time to come in here and then just punch the crap out of this locust. I am tempted to move here so we get that side punch too, because we've already weakened it on that side. And if the damage transfers really well, we may even get a kill. I'm not positive because I'd have to look at the armor scale, but yeah, I mean, because we're running so hot, we do want to cool off. We will go for that side attack. This will do 70 damage, which is double what the Jenner can do.
Engaging physical attack.
Okay, we do get the left torso. Not enough to kill it, though.
Enemy mech, critical damage.
But we have now reduced its firepower and made it unsteady. So if it doesn't stabilize itself, it's going to have no initiative. No, I'm sorry, not initiative. No evasion bonus. So it's going to be really easy to hit. Which I don't think it was able to recover enough of that. Another thing you're going to have to be mindful of is a lot of lighter mechs don't have much of a stability threshold. You can see this by the little white, so the bottom thing there is your stability, and that little white marker is the threshold of when you're going to be unsteady. And notice on the Locust how it's only 2 bars, and then you're unsteady, whereas the Vindicator, it's past 3 bars. And you will see even more so. Actually, it's about the same with the Griffin. But usually heavier mechs are going to have more stability, so you'll be able to take a lot more stability abuse. Alright, well, the Commander will probably die if I hit it again. It's got very little health and its upper torso, so really anything there would kill it. We are running hot, so I think a melee strike is probably the best call here. We will be giving our back, though, to our opponents, which I really don't like doing, but I don't have a choice. Yeah, what the hell. If they're hitting me, they're not hitting the building, right? Yeah, we'll go with the small laser attacks just to make sure if we miss, which is unlikely, but it's possible, we get that follow-up damage, which a small laser hitting in one of those spots is going to be enough. Okay, so super dead. Now we're going to overkill even more.
Mech destroyed.
Okay, the striker's going to get it shut off. There's nothing I could have done about that. We're running too hot last turn to be able to jump over where it is and be able to do any significant damage.
Come on, people, let's make
All
it
right,
happen.
so again, they moved last, so we get to move now
How's it going?
first. And I will take that advantage, and we're going to try and kill this guy. Alternatively, I could go over to the... You know what? Let's go after the Locust 1M, because it doesn't have a lot of armor, and it's vulnerable right now. Yet again, it doesn't have very much of an initiative bonus. That's another thing. You really... Initiative. I keep saying initiative. Evasion. You really should be mindful of. You see how I'm full moving here to get as much evasion as I can? That's the kind of thing you need to do with the light mechs. If they're going to... Especially if they're out in the open, because you have no damage reduction. Also going to tilt my guy down this way, so we're not likely going to get rear shot.
Location confirmed.
That's another thing you also have to be mindful of with your positioning. Okay. So, yeah. You don't have to do a lot of damage here.
Roger that.
We could have done a precision strike to guarantee. You see, I mean, we're burning right through there. We just took out all of his weapons except a medium laser.
Critical hit, Commander.
Pretty important. We could have killed him if that was a little bit more focused, but you can't guarantee these kind of things. So now, a Locust is going to come in and try and melee attack me and do a whole 15 damage. I am so scared. Why that Locust decided to do a melee attack on me, I couldn't tell you, because that's a kind of a silly thing to do.
Yeah?
Well, let's show him what it's like on the receiving end. Again, we're running hot here, so it helped to get a little bit of cool off here. 85% chance to hit. That's another thing you have to be mindful of. See how much evasion that Locust has? That would be hard for me to hit with ranged weapons. But if I punch him, 85% chance I'm going to land. It's a lot better off, and also I negate his cover, so he's going to take full damage. There goes his leg. Down you go. So now all I have left to deal with is a spider that's pretty heavily damaged
Enemy flanking.
and 2 locusts that are pretty heavily damaged. That's unfortunate. We might have to do repairs if we took any actual structural damage. And this striker. Oh, what you gonna do? You gonna shoot in the back again? Well, that definitely is internal structure damage. What a jerk. And those were good moves from the AI. Because I couldn't really have prevented that very easily. I could have in theory, but that's how you want to use a light mech. Getting flanking moves. Alright, well let's try and stop the real damage here, which is the striker. Get a nice side shot here.
Engaging jump jets.
We do a lot of damage, so I suspect that this might get us the kill. We can precision strike just to be more sure, because we're going to focus in on the side, which we already know is weaker than the front. Although, it's still a lot of armor. We do quite a lot of damage, so... Come on, there we go. So that's most of the serious damage taken care of. Now we can deal with all these light mechs that are running around being nuisances. So yeah, gnarly.
Yes, Commander.
Well, I think that the spider that's standing is the better target than the locust that's down. So yeah, we'll go after that. And to try and prevent, although I really can't prevent it, but to try to prevent it, I'm going to go to the side to attack.
Move order confirmed.
Honestly, I should have probably gone for the other side,
Let's see how you like
because
this.
there's more likely I would have gotten a kill. Because this side isn't as messed up. But now we're going to have the initiative advantage next turn. Because the only mech here is the Locust 1M, which will probably hit my Panther in the rear again, which... Oh, no. Well, thanks, because that would have possibly done serious damage.
Light damage. Holding firm.
Okay.
I'm here.
Now we're going to come in and punch the spider, or stomp on him, actually. Try and kill him.
Let's move. Ugh.
I'm very surprised that did not result in a kill, but I guess he's got a little bit of life left in him.
Waiting for orders.
So I'm not going to be able to prevent that spider from getting up. Unfortunately.
On it. Targeting for physical attack.
Maybe attacking with my weapons would have been the better move.
Reporting. Critical hit.
I'm not getting lucky on these hit locations. Okay, what are you going to do? Okay. Well, these guys have no legs, so it'll be tough for them to move into a good position. Alright, you went over here. Can I walk to in range? I can. We'll do so because we don't want to overheat. We might not be able to fire many weapons. I'm going to use Precision Strike to make it a more accurate shot, though. I should have probably moved the Vindicator, but a little late for that now. We don't want to overheat. I think we'd be okay with that, but... really hard to tell. Okay, now that I think that is over. Making the beep like it's over the threshold, but it doesn't look like it's over the threshold. Alright, we'll go with the 2 medium lasers then. If we land, there's not a lot of damage here to be done. I'm going to go center torso to try and get the kill, although I have a 1% chance of landing. Oh, I can aim for parts that aren't there. Alright, fine, we'll go after the left torso because it will... Oh no. Alright, whatever. We're aiming for the center torso. Fire.
Engaging target.
There, I think we got it.
Enemy mech destroyed.
Goodbye. Yeah. So I should have moved Gnarly first because I could have probably killed this Locust before it had a chance to do any damage here. You got to think about things like that. Oh well. We'll kill the nuisance that is the... You know, last time I said I probably would have been better off if I had moved. Can't move into a spot where we can see both of them. At least not easily. If I jump, I'd be able to do it. But you know what? Let's just get this over with. I think we can do this. They both don't have very much or any evasion, so this should be easy. Okay, you're going to be A. You're going to be B. And B is just going to be the SRM4. I think we've got enough damage for B. Do we just do a medium laser just to try? Yeah, alright.
Confirmed.
I was kind of afraid that wouldn't be enough damage for the spider. But that was more than enough for the Locust.
Hostile removed.
Okay. So I guess we got to the turn limit anyway. Excellent work, Commander. A bit more action than advertised, but that's why they pay us the big sea bills.
Mission successful.
All right, so we did get a bonus because we didn't lose a building. Very surprising with that, but that was just because the AI wasn't focusing. Now, one thing I will point out, it makes it kind of difficult for me to keep on the schedule that I do as far as how much time a video is because how much I edit out. Because there's a lot of loading times in this game. I oftentimes am editing out about 2 minutes per battle that I'm loading into because of the number of loading screens involved. So oftentimes I'm doing a best guess. So hopefully you guys understand that in that regard. Sometimes the videos are a little bit shorter than I intend them to be just because I guess wrong. Okay, so I don't know if I really want any mech parts here. I'm not sure we have any AC-5s, so we should probably pick one of those up. Because there will be reasons in the future to have one. Might as well pick up some ammo, in case we don't have any of that. Then really, I don't know if I care what we get after that. But we could always sell something. So I could grab this Commando 1B and then just sell it. Sure. We could use the cash, so not a bad idea. All right, let's confirm. So we didn't end up getting any more mech parts. Weapons, they're all right. We're kind of at a point where this level of salvage we don't kind of want. Because some of these things, if I didn't happen to have them, they're readily available to buy. We have enough SRM6s and LRM10s at this point that I'm not really concerned with it. And medium lasers, we have probably plenty. Small lasers, maybe we don't have as many, but all right. The large laser mounted by most 1B models is nothing to sniff at, but it lacks the close-up impact of the SRMs it replaces. Best to keep these units at range for flanking and spotting. Alright, so as I already mentioned, I'm going to go into the bay. You have to put it into storage to be able to sell it, so that is what I'm going to do. You may be wondering, why don't I just stick this on or hold on to this while it is in my mech base? The reason why is because I have to pay for it to be here. And on top of that, I'd have to pay to refit it. And that takes time. And I have other mechs that are currently being worked on. Just not a high priority. I'd rather have this generator be active than a Commando 1B. And I haven't even started working on that either. So that's the reason why I get rid of it, because you do have to maintain it if it's in your mech bay. You don't when it's in storage. But even still, I'm not sure I want to hold on to it because I already have another Commando 1B that I have sitting right here. I don't really feel like I need to have more than one. I guess there's a possibility I'd lose one, but I haven't lost a mech yet, knock on wood, so hopefully we can continue down that trend. So we're going to sell, and we're going to sell. And see, that's the other thing. I have a Panther ready to go that we could pull out of storage. Again, I'd rather run one of those, I think, than a Commando. Commando is used for a different role, sure, but then we've got a Spider for that role as well. So, yeah, let's just sell it, get a couple 100,000, and be good to go. All right, so is there anything in the store that we'd want to pick up outside the Banshee that we can't afford? We've got a Griffin 1N parts, but we only have 2 of those, and that's not enough to get a mech. Also, I'm not really sure how good a Griffin 1N is compared to the Griffin 1S. I mean, I'll take it if we get it, but is it worth spending as much money as we'd have to spend to get it? I'm not sure. All right, well, let's go ahead and take a look at more contracts here. Actually, no, let's not do that. Let's look at our mech warriors, because we should level them up if they have the experience that we're looking for.
By.
Okay, so we're still kind of waiting on you. Ah! We're 80 experience away. That's unfortunate.
Command.
Oh, another thing that somebody brought up, it was kind of a question and a comment. And, you know, this is, at this point, you know, a number of days have passed, but to address the question nonetheless, they asked if I should be putting in my pilots in the simulators to get them experience. That happens automatically. So Mouthman hasn't been used for a while, but she's been building up experience. That's what happens. As long as they haven't reached an experience cap, which you'll see if I go to ship upgrades, and I actually click on the training module, it says mech warriors with less than 10,000 total experience. It's really hard to tell who has 10,000 experience or not because it doesn't total up the experience that a pilot has, and I don't want to sit here and do the math because you'd have to sit here and go, okay, well, how much does it cost to have this much gunnery skill? It's actually not something I can even look at unless I don't have that level too. So I would already have to know what these levels cost. For example, I'm fairly certain this level costs 400 experience. You total all of that up, and that's how much experience they have total. I don't think that actually is said anywhere, unless they change that. No, not that I can see. So you don't really know who's over that threshold or not, but the best way to tell is you keep looking at them. You look at this. Has their experience gone up since the last time you looked? If it has, then they're still getting the training simulator benefit. If not, well, they've reached that cap and they're not going to get any more benefit. You might also wonder, why am I not using this experience? The reason why is because if I raise their abilities, they will take, actually, no, it's here. They'll take more salary. I could probably give you an example of that if I do level anyone up here. Okay, so yeah, let's take Scarecrow here, for example. I'm probably really wanting to save up to get this. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can't use that example because it's something I don't want to...
Commander.
We'll look at it in the future. But next time I spend experience on somebody, keep an eye outside of my pilot who doesn't have a salary, but keep an eye on their salary as soon as I do that. It should go up. So that's why I don't use experience unless I'm currently using the pilot and I for sure have an upgrade I want to do. Because if it rolls around and we have a financial report come in, which is going to happen in 15 days, so that's a little ways away, you have to pay their salary. So don't do it unless you're going to use them. That's just my advice. In any case, this is going to be a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.